Hi, I'm Nancy. Welcome to Mindful Yoga. Today we're doing what I call a maintenance yoga. So we're just going to be stretching various parts of our body in order to maintain our body in yoga shape while perhaps we're busy, particularly in the summer, going hither and thither, doing this and that. I will be reviewing, I won't really review, I won't talk about the details of them, but I will be attending to the front line of connective tissue, the back line of connective tissue, the core, the deep front line, the side line, the lateral line, the spiral line as we do twists, the arms, and the functional line, which is one that we use when we move. So have a seat. We're going to breathe first, as we often do. You might be on a blanket or you might be on something a little higher. A place that you can be comfortable for just a minute or two. Allow the mind to start to come down into the body, recognizing its place in the body. Opening the body with the breath. Bringing all our attention there to the breath. Feeling the diaphragm dip down and expand out through the side and back ribs. Exhaling, letting all of the energy go down into the earth, letting go through the cells, through the tissues and the organs. As you inhale, let the inhale expand the lower ribs, then up under armpits, behind the heart, and a little bit up into the collarbone. And as you exhale, front ribs come down a bit, back shoulder blades rest down. This constant expansion and contraction that sustains our life, that sustains our relationship with the world around us. In very concrete terms. 3 more breaths. Bringing your gaze back up to the world. Let's bring our attention to the neck. Chin down to the chest, and then chin up just slightly. We don't need to do much for the back of the neck, and we don't want to bring any injury there. Giving some stretch through the back of the neck as the chin comes down to the chest and then rises up. Come back through neutral. Inhale. Exhale as chin turns towards one shoulder, and then exhale, bring the chin down towards the collarbone. Inhale back to center. Exhale, chin to the shoulder on the other side, and then down. And inhale back to center. 2 more times on each side. Exhale over. And the chin is diagonal as it comes down towards the collarbone. Inhale back to center. Exhale, shoulder and down. Inhale back to center. Exhale over. The neck is central to all of the movements we make in our body. It affects everything and is affected by all of our movements. And back through center. Now we're going to open up, inhaling as arms open, and exhale as elbows come towards each other and the sides of the hands. Inhale, open. Exhale, chin to chest and close. Spine begins to enter in. Inhale, open. Chest might come forward a little bit more. Exhale, close. Back arches back. One last time. Inhale, up. and exhale, close. So we're already opening the front line of the body and the back line of the body with that movement. We'll do a side bend to start to open the lateral line of connective tissue. Bring one hand up, up, and then over. The bottom hand is planted down for some support, dangling over with a long exhale. Inhale up, change hands, and exhale over. Other hand rises up with an inhale, and exhale over. Inhale up, and exhale over. Let the mind trace where you are feeling this side bend. What sensations are you aware of? Letting yoga increase our focus and our awareness. And over. Now a little attention to the spiral line as we do a very shallow twist, one hand to the opposite knee and the other hand back behind. Ground down through the sits bones, lift up through the spine, and the gaze just remains to the side, so it's not a strong spiral. That line of energy comes from the bottom of the spine all the way up through the neck and up through the top of the head, and come around to the other side. Grounding down, lifting up. And come around. Inhale up. Exhale, slightly round in the spiral. Inhale, round. Then inhale up. And exhale, round. Release and come back through center. Bring the arms out to the side, reach out through the fingers, feel the reaching coming from the pectoral muscles here in the front of the torso, out through shoulders and elbows, wrists, and out to the fingertips. Reaching out through the little fingers here, and then bringing the hands down and back up. Stretching out the connective tissue on one side of the arms. And then we're going to turn the palms up, reach out through the thumbs, feel a little bit of a different stretch through the arms, and bring the arms up and back, up and back. Now turn the palms down, bring them down to the earth. We're going to do 2 sun breaths. Let the palms be down as you inhale up through horizontal, then turn the palms, continue to inhale all the way up. Hands might be parallel or fingertips might meet overhead. Exhale down, palms are up until you're horizontal from the shoulders, and then palms down. Giving some opening to the connective tissue, palms up, horizontal, continuing that inhale up, and exhaling down, palms up, and then down. One last time, opening the shoulders, hydrating the connective tissue through the arms. Palms up as you come down through horizontal and over and down. Bring the legs out wide, flex the feet, and then turn the ankles. Just like the neck, the ankles are part of everything we do. And like the neck, they influence our alignment, and they also receive the alignment that we have in the body above onto them. So I changed direction there. Then let the ankles be flexed. One hand comes down, back of the hand towards the pinky side of the foot, going in that direction. allowing a diagonal reach. Bring the mind's eye to the sensations here. Where do you feel that stretch? Check out the shoulder, the arms, the torso, front and back. A little bit of tuck in the tummy to support you so you don't fall over towards the floor. And come up through center. You can stay out if your knee has problems, or else bring a foot to the inner thigh. Walk the hands out. Let this knee of the extended leg be soft. Let's walk back once. And once again, hinging from the spine, chest coming towards the screen, letting the knee be soft. And then walking over towards the extended leg. The other hand comes up, opens up towards the ceiling, chest opens towards the ceiling. And that arm comes over the head in a side bend. Inhale up, open to the sky. Exhale over, feeling any sensations in the body. One more time, opening up, combining this side bend and this slight spiral in the same time. And come back up through center. Switch legs, always modifying as you need to for knees or hips or shoulders. Walk the hands out, hinge at the bottom of the spine, come forward a bit, let this knee be soft, come back up, and then forward again. And this time we're going to walk over to the extended leg. Other arm reaches up towards the ceiling. Inhale and exhale over. Inhale, open to the sky. Exhale, sweep down towards the earth. One last time. Inhale up. Exhale over. And come back up. Bring the hands back behind, feet are wide. Let the knees come over to one side. Hip rises somewhat. Good support from the hands up through the shoulders. Not rushing anything. Letting this be a time to bring both movement and relaxation, a little bit of stillness in the movement. Then we'll let the arm enter in as it reaches back towards the opposite back corner and round the other way. If you would like to come up on a foot and the hips might rise, feel welcome to do that, or stay with what we're doing. And you can stay on your knee, on both knees down, or as you've seen that I was doing also, you can bring a knee up and the hips up. So decide what you would like to do there. One more time in each direction, finding your possibilities, meeting your limitations, giving yourself a little bit of challenge, and then coming around and come down into a twist. You might bring your forehead down to the back of your hands with the arms down on the earth, or you might be just down on one forearm or on your hands. Finding your version of this twist. Taking 2 breaths. Inhale back up and over, and 2 breaths on the other side. Inhale back up, and we'll come to a lying position. We'll use the lying position today first to just stretch out, bringing one wrist up and pushing the foot down, stretching long along one side of the body, feeling the organs getting a little unstuck from each other. stretching all that connective tissue. Usually what we're feeling is the connective tissue when we do our yoga. And then let's bring the knees up. Feet and knees are together. Let's bring the hands out from the shoulders, and then we're going to bring knees slightly towards the chest, and then feet come forward. We call this water wheel. So the feet are pushing slightly forward, the knees are pulling slightly back. Again, not a vigorous movement, slow. Again, where do you feel this? What muscles are necessary to make this work? And then coming around the opposite direction. Bringing some focus here to the core, the deep front line, those inner abdominal muscles. And 2 more times round. Bring the legs straight up, open the legs, flex the feet, bring the feet back together, point, bring them wide, pointed, bring them back together, flex the feet, open, I'm flexed now, continuing flexed as the feet join back together, point, open, and come back together. One last time with feet flexed, and open, and back together. Bring the feet down just below the buttocks, arms come along the side. Bring the weight into the soles of the feet and the shoulders as hips rise, glutes engage, arms inhale up and come up overhead. They may or may not touch the floor behind, and long exhale as you come back down with the hips. Inhale, send the hips up, strong through the back of the body, arms up and over, and exhale down. Inhale up, and exhale down. End of the exhale coming with everything coming back down to the earth. Arms come out from the shoulders, knees are bent over the hips. Knees come down in one direction, part way. Inhale back up. Exhale over and inhale up. Drawing in through the pelvic floor and the abdominal muscles as you slowly use the breath to exhale to one side. Inhale to center. Exhale over. One last time. Then coming up through center, bring the feet down, hips move over to the left, knees rise and come over to the right. Arrange yourself. You might need to rearrange your hips or your shoulders. Maybe you lengthen one leg a bit, finding a comfortable twist position here. Finding most of the twist in the torso from the waist up, hips more or less stacked. Take a moment to let relaxation come through fingertips and palms, forearms, upper arms, armpits, into the heart and lung area, down through the stomach and the intestines. Inhale, knees back up. Feet come down, hips go over to the right, knees come up and over to the left. Again, finding a position that works for you. Relaxing through the toes, the arches of the feet, the calves, the backs of the thighs, and up into the pelvic floor. Inhale, knees back up. Let the feet be on the earth below the buttocks once again. head and shoulders rise. And as we do in yoga now, we're going from relaxation to movement. As one hand comes down to the heel on one side, and then the other hand comes down to the heel on the other side. The shoulders are swiveling back and forth, giving some core exercise to the body. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the head back, knees come up above the hips, hands come to support the head, fingers on either side of the back of the skull, one leg extends, one knee comes towards the chest, back and forth. Slowly nurturing that deep front line of connective tissue within you. Four, 3, 2, and 1. And bring the feet down. Let the head come down, give yourself a little massage under the skull. And then turning over onto your side. Let the head rest down in the crook of the arm. Top arm reaches out, reaches up and back, just to the extent which feels right for you, opening up through the shoulder, come forward and back, forward, and then as you come back, turning the wrist one direction 4 or 5 times, and then the other direction. Bring the forearm underneath the shoulder. Knees are slightly bent. Hand comes down to get the knee. Knee comes up to nose. Run the hand down the shin. Ankle or foot pushes into the hand, opening up through the hip and the front of the body. And inhale up. Exhale, stretch that front side of the body. Inhale up. Exhale back. So we're really opening the front line in particular, but as we bring the knee to the nose, the back line of the body is also getting a little stretch. And bring that leg down. Let's come to the other side of the body. Let the head be down. Reach out the arm. Lift it up. Back just as far as is comfortable. Exhale down. Inhale back. Feeling that shoulder beginning to open. Forward. Then bringing it back, just coming to a place that's comfortable. Your hand might be right up to the ceiling or back a bit. And circle the wrist. And round the opposite direction. And bringing that hand down so that you can give yourself support, come up onto your forearm. Bring that knee up to the nose, stretch through the back line of the body. Bring it down and open up the front line of the body. Also, I feel it in my arm. Exhale and inhale. Letting the breath become a rhythm with the body. Body and breath reassuring each other that all is well. One last stretch back and bring it down. Let's come over prone. Bring the elbows under the shoulders, forearms are under the shoulders into a Sphinx pose. Let the hips rest down. Bring your weight into the elbows, reach up through the shoulders, let the roof of the mouth come a little farther away, ears coming a little farther away from the shoulders. Feeling the inhale up through the ribs, up through the roof of the mouth and the crown of the head, keeping that smooth, silky line through the spine. As if you're breathing that smooth, silky thread of the spine. One last inhale and exhale. Let the torso come down. Hands are under the shoulders. Push up and come up into a down dog. Hands are wide on the mat, good support. Arms and shoulders are engaged, reaching back along the sides of the body into the hips, opening up the backs of the legs as you paddle your feet a bit, long, long through the spine. Knees can be soft. And down through. Plank for 3, 2, and 1. Knees can always be down. Elbows in, knees down. Slight cobra. And then coming back up. And then walk the feet forward and the hands back. A moment here in forward fold. Perhaps hands come to opposite elbows. Hands come to shins. Extend out from the buttocks all the way out through the crown of the head. And exhale down. Then swan-like, bring your hands up and overhead and down. We're going to give some extension to that functional line before we end here. Bring the feet a little wider than hip width apart. Pretend that you are playing tennis and your arm rises up and comes down in a kind of diagonal swath. And once again, as you shift your weight into the same foot as the arm that's up, and then coming across and bringing that ball across the neck. I am not a tennis player, so do not judge me on any kind of technique, but that's the general idea of the functional line that we want to give some hydration and warming to in this short routine. And then coming back through center, bring your weight into your other foot. That arm comes up and over, the weight shifts. And that arm follows through, down. I realized that a tennis serve would not really do this. That gives you your idea. And then inhale up and exhale over. And then coming up, bend the knees, bring the hands out in front of you, reach the hips out to the back. Inhale up, exhale back, squatting down a bit. Inhale up, exhale back. Hands come back behind and then forward up just an inch or so and back and up. And bring the arms wide and sweep around slightly, letting the twist just be in the torso of the body. So not trying to do a twist through the hips. And then let's come up, and then we'll come down into a squat. And this can just be a slight squat. You don't have to come down too far. Just giving some openness to the sacrum in the back, to the inner thighs. Hands might come up to the knees, or they might continue to support you, trying to get a bit of an upright spine here. One breath. And then just a very brief lying down. 3 breaths. Send you back into your day, into your night, with some calmness, some deep breath. Feel free to stay here if you would like. Good to practice with you. Namaste.